Hi guys, BippyMan here. As a kid in the early 2000s, I loved getting physical media monthly. Trading in games that I loved just for a crap game was the gamble that I had to do every single week, and I think that every other kid that grew up in the 2000s had to do that gamble too. Different cartridges, different discs, it didn't matter. We always had to swap them every time we wanted to play a different game, so it was just natural to us when we ended up doing it as kids. That was up until the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, DS, PSP, Wii, all those systems, that generation, when that came around, we ended up having digital games. Digital games revolutionized everything for gamers, making lazy gamers kings. This was perfect for them. Easily owning hundreds of games was easier than ever having digital games all in one small console. Things were more compact than ever. Memory cards that turned into hard drives are now SSDs. Times are always evolving and changing, but this question still remains. Are physical games or digital games better for gamers? And if it's your first time here, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. The notification bell has been acting evil, so please show your support and help me defeat it by smacking that notification bell and getting every video sent to your head top. And guys, I've been seeing all the support you've been giving me, and I really seriously appreciate it. I hope you guys come back because I'm gonna have more videos coming to you every single week. BippyMan, I'm out. Physical media has been the backbone of gaming since day one. Midnight releases of games still occur, but in the early 2000s, it was where gamers met up to nerd out for a few hours with people that seemed to be just like them. Call of Duty, Pokemon, pretty much any Nintendo or Sony release had a midnight release. Yes, you had to go to the store no matter what or get the game shipped to you, but the anticipation was out of this world. A little kid with ADHD like me couldn't sit still. I was always so excited to rip open games and pop into whatever console I was obsessed with at the time. Having manuals with beautiful artwork and detailed descriptions on characters and places was fantastic. Reading over these manuals got me through the long car rides, the anxiety of a new adventure. Holding something in your hand and having a physical collection to me personally was everything. I have something I could pass on to future kids and other family members. Maybe my experience with a game will be different from theirs, or maybe it'll be the same. Regardless, I own something and no one can take it away from me, and that type of security makes physical media always hold its place firmly. Digital media satisfies the sloth in me, and we all can relate. Gone are the days of getting up to switch media. You can easily just press a button on your controller and switch to tens of games within minutes. Huge collections can be owned and stored within one tiny console, making space constraints a thing of the past. Many people have full gaming rooms that they wish could be condensed. Many kids growing up not even having physical media don't know about the days of special editions that weren't just DLC. Walking into a game store just to buy cards before having a credit card and begging your parents for virtual currency is how kids survive nowadays. Instead of worrying about where your disc is, kids worry about updates and if their friends are playing too. Not having to leave your home and still playing your favorite games can ease the stress of anxiety and can help multiple people that cannot travel easily. During a snowstorm or when it's raining heavy, I would never want to go out and get my games, thus resulting in me waiting for long shipping, but now I can easily pay and download a game within seconds. So unless you're a physical stan, why would you ever grab a physical game again? I've shown that both types of media aren't really the best. A union of both is obviously the correct answer here. I have a big physical collection while also owning multiple copies of games digitally. Who here has bought a game digitally that they already have physically just because they didn't want to put it into the game tray? Be honest with the Bippy gang. Comment down below. Right. I mean, let's be honest. We're all lazy. It's okay. We have our moments. But you can't hate on the other side just because you're lazy. Recent digital storefronts have been shutting down, and games that have been available for years are now gone forever. If a game never came out physically, the game would have been erased without emulation. An all digital future means we own nothing but licenses. Looking at gaming this way is bleak, and many gamers are creatures of the future. Once a game has its few weeks, it unravels into obscurity, whether it's incredible or not. Having a game physically means you never have to worry about losing it or ever feeling cheated out of your money. A recent example of this is Jump Force, a truly great game that many critics and fans destroyed in reviews. I personally had many late nights playing this game with friends. Today, the game has been deleted off all storefronts, meaning no new gamer can experience this game again. I, however, can always play it with no qualms because I own the disc physically. Are you a gamer who goes back in time and revisits old games, or do you move on constantly so if a game becomes unavailable, it doesn't really matter as much? Let me know down below. Physical games are nice, but they are very expensive. For my Blue Dragon review, I had to look for copies on eBay. 60 to 80 bucks was the price range I saw for crappy to beautiful copies of the game. As a collector, I have no issues with the price, but as a new consumer or someone who doesn't know about the series, I can't justify that price for an almost 20-year-old game. Your pocket will hurt if you don't buy certain games when they first come out. Lately, however, the trend has been to wait for games and pray that they don't sell out. I have bought many games, Unicorn Overlord, Persona 3 Reload, etc. on day one for $60 or $70 and just for the game to be $30 a month later. I did get to enjoy these games as they first came out, and I was able to join the discourse surrounding these releases, but as a somewhat patient man, I wish I would have waited on pulling the trigger. Digital game sales are dime a dozen, and depending on how generous the developers are, you can snag great deals and share these deals easily with friends. On the other hand, physical games can be acquired at low prices if you're willing to search in real life or on the internet for them. Oftentimes, I walk into game stores just to see no prices on games. Constantly, I have to ask the employee for prices on games I'm considering. The employee would then search on eBay just to give me his guess of a price. This is strictly competitive way of pricing, which I understand, but it takes the enjoyment out of the wild search. Game stores have to price competitively because the market is so messed up. Games being widely available to the masses makes coming to this one store less likely more than ever. Digital sales hurt physical sales, while I believe physical sales don't hurt digital sales. Digital sales are license transfers that grant the user access to the game. The illusion of owning a game is enough for the gamer to be content. While I can lend a physical disc to someone and they give it back when they're finished playing, a digital game is more tricky. Lots of gamers game share somehow by sharing access to their accounts. Feels much more shady when you think about the difference in just loaning a physical game to a friend. It's hard to imagine that many people haven't been banned for game sharing and lost entire libraries as a result. While being possible, loaning games to a friend is way better physically regardless of distance between. The threat of a ban is too scary while digital game sharing. We've already come to the conclusion that a union of both digital and physical games is the best conclusion. But after hearing arguments for both sides, do you lean a specific way? Are you guys scared of the all-digital future like me? Also, are there any other gaming topics that you guys want me to talk about? Let me know down below. Like and subscribe if you like this video. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And if you're still watching this video, you really are part of the Bippy gang. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bippy!
Bet your sweet Bippy I did.